Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 in another part of our Aston Martin career mode. We have got 5 races to go in Season 4. We are in the running for both championships. We're probably going to win both championships, but it is a titanic battle between Lewis Hamilton and Carlos Sainz. 7 points separate the two protagonists. They've got equal opportunity from now until the end of the season. We don't need to take any new engines, anything like that. It is one against the other, and I think we're going to have an incredible race here in Japan this weekend. So leave a like if you enjoy, and of course get involved down in the comments section and let me know how your saves are going on in your universe. But 5 races to go starting today, so without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into the action. First things first, we've got a dev point for Lewis Hamilton, so we'll add it to his accuracy. Nothing for Sainz, but we do have one for Piastri. Okay. Let's have a little look at staff. No, nothing for staff so far. Just double checking our car parts development. Yep, so we're nearly done with research for the underfloor. That's definitely going to be interesting. But we will see. Let's continue on. Underfloor, done. So let's get another research project underway. I guess now, is it? Well, we can do another underfloor, I suppose. Underfloor is probably the part of the car that makes the most difference. So let's make sure that we are in the right mindset for all of that. That looks good. Okay, perfect. Right, continue on then. We've got some important information. Stanek, no, not really bothered. Right then. Piastri's contract ends soon. We do know that. Let's continue on. Performance targets. Okay, we'll promise a top 2 in qualifying. And we'll do that, well, in the race. What do they want? To be honest, that's what they want in the race anyway. So, right, without further ado then, let's get ourselves into the weekend.
Konnichiwa from the Suzuka circuit in Japan. This unique track is a favourite home for motorsports, and it welcomes us back this weekend. Get ready for exhilaration and speed with the Japanese Grand Prix. Drivers will battle it out this weekend on the snaking turns of Suzuka, the only figure-of-8 track in Formula 1. High-speed downforce will be the name of the game here, if teams want to secure a place on that podium. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the team. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. Let the weekend begin!
Okay then, could be some rain on Sunday, but looking pretty dry throughout. Quick check of the expected strategies. We are going to need some soft tyres, so I'll see you guys for qualifying. Right, into qualifying we go then. Let's see how we get on. Q1, we will, of course, send both drivers out fairly early. We'll start off with Lewis Hamilton following Carlos Sainz. So send him straight out there. Lewis can go out there as well. And then we'll see how they get on in this first lap. We'll probably pick up Lewis around about halfway through this flying lap, and we'll watch him as he comes through Spoon. Carlos Sainz currently the quickest of the two drivers. This, of course, maybe has the slight distraction of Charles Leclerc in front, but he does go purple through that middle sector, now through 130R, but it's going to be Carlos Sainz that comes up to the line first. What sort of time is he going to put in? He comes over the line, and it's a 126.4. Charles Leclerc now coming up to the line. Where's he going to fit in all of this? He goes second. And Lewis Hamilton goes quickest with a 126.2, so much quicker towards the end of that lap than his teammate Carlos Sainz. 0.2 quicker in the middle sector, 2/10 quicker in the final sector. Very, very interesting indeed. But Leclerc a long way off the pace. So, send them out there. Verstappen only P6. That's interesting. I'm sure he will improve that, but for the moment, not in a great position. But, yeah, both of our drivers should be comfortably through to qualifying session 2. Sonoda, by the way, up there again at his home Grand Prix. And Williams definitely have improved their car fairly significantly over the last few Grand Prix. Ocon and Ricciardo pretty close to us, not that close though. Certainly not to Lewis, who I think has found another level in recent Grand Prix since he came from the back at Zandvoort. You know, that was one of the best races that I've ever seen him drive. But let's see how things go. It's going to be Mick Schumacher that's first over the line. Would be nice to see him do well today. And here he comes then, Mick Schumacher. The German coming up to the line. Is he going to manage to improve? Yes, he is, up to 8. What about Magnussen? He comes over the line and he does improve. What about Latifi? Can Latifi get through? He crosses the line, goes 16th. He's out then. Ocon goes through, doesn't improve. What about Leclerc? Leclerc over the line, only 7th. Perez over the line, goes up to 9th. Vettel over the line, goes 7th. Ricciardo now crosses the line, doesn't improve. Verstappen, is he going to take a top position? No, he goes 4th. Russell over the line, he goes 2nd. What a lap from him. Bottas now goes 10th. On the bubble is Antonio Giovinazzi. He's now into the bottom 5. Here comes Norris over the line. He goes 10th. What about Stroll? Can he improve enough to get through to Q2? No, he can't. 17th. Tsunoda comes through. He's only 16th. Giovinazzi is up to 9th. What about Zhou Guanyu? Last over the line, and he goes 9th. So, it's a big shock in Q1 then, as Sergio Perez is out of qualifying, and he goes out along with Tsunoda, Stroll and Latifi, and Mick Schumacher just drops out at the end there. Charles Leclerc nearly making it a double Ferrari Q1 exit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right. Used tyres in Q2. We want to keep as many fresh tyres as possible for the race tomorrow. We should be comfortable, 1st and 4th. Very interesting though that it was
all good here.
The Mercedes cars that looked the most threatening to us. Because at the start of the season, they looked more like mid-table runners. And here comes Carlos Sainz then, purple in sectors 1 and 2. Hamilton a little bit slower this time. Hamilton crosses the line, he does a 26.5, decent time. But Carlos Sainz comes over the line. Oh, and he's 2nd. Well, he'll be disappointed with that. I think his middle sector time was... well, to be fair, they were very much on the bubble all of that lap. At 26.5, Giovinazzi, he goes P3. That's Humans Max Verstappen. No, it's actually Daniel Ricciardo that's quickest. Alfa Romeo is pretty nippy, and Giovinazzi's gone 3rd. So are we going to see both Alfa Romeos into the top 10? That would be pretty awesome. Oh, multiple cars have crashed. It's not Lewis, which is good. I don't know what... it's Zhou and Vettel.
Looks like quite a big accident.
Well, well, well.
Okay.
Are we going to have red flags?
Taking a look again.
So it was Zhou Guanyu. I'm assuming Zhou Guanyu locked up here. Yes, he did, and he just went into the back of Vettel. Wow! Big crash, and both drivers out in Q2. Both drivers probably would have made it into Q3, so that's pretty massive, to be honest. And everybody, well, had to slow down because of the yellow flags. Russell's gone P2, by the way, slightly quicker than Carlos Sainz. But Hamilton's final sector time is what's carrying him at the moment. Both Red Bulls currently out of qualifying, and Gasly as well in the Mercedes. So if there was a big crash to happen, and, well, there were yellow flags there. I'm not sure the Red Bulls are going to make it through here. It was Giovinazzi that spun. Russell's gone quickest. What about Gasly? He goes up to P4. Here comes Bottas in the McLaren. He's going to improve surely. No, he doesn't. Ricciardo comes over the line. He goes 4th. Giovinazzi over the line. Won't improve. What about Ocon? Will he actually improve? He goes 4th. Well, there you go. Leclerc not through, and Verstappen goes quickest out of everybody. Norris now over the line, only 8th, and Kevin Magnussen rounds out the top 10. But Bottas, Leclerc and Albon joining the aforementioned Zhou Guanyu and Sebastian Vettel out of qualifying. Right, I think it's going to be a fairly exciting session 3 here. Now, I think keep one new set for the race. Is it going to be worth giving ourselves 2 runs at it? Or do we just absolutely use and abuse those used tyres and come out on a brand new fresh set towards the end of the session? I think maybe we do that. So we'll get Sainz out there straight away. Hamilton can go out as well. And we can see what they can pull off. We'll watch the 7-time world champion through the final couple of corners. Carlos Sainz goes quickest to 1:26.7. That's quicker than Russell, but Magnussen now goes quickest. Lewis Hamilton flying around the final couple of corners. And remember, this is not our representative time. He comes up to the line that's 26.8, which is slightly slower than his teammate Sainz, but it's a banker time. And it gets us up to, well, 7th and 8th in the end. So it was probably hardly worth it, wasn't it? Let's be honest. But should now be in a position where I was hoping to get Sainz out in a good spot. There goes Sainz. But Hamilton will be the one that our hopes rest upon. So let's watch Lewis Hamilton. Green in the first sector on his brand new tyres. Carlos Sainz green in sector 1. What can he manage in the middle sector? I don't know who's quickest at the moment. It's Ricciardo currently on pole position, believe it or not. He's the one that we're chasing. So here we go then. Sainz going to be the first over the middle sector split. Only green for Carlos Sainz. Russell and Gasly already over the line. 3rd and 4th. Ricciardo doesn't improve. Verstappen does though, and Verstappen takes a pole position by 0.2 of a second, and I don't know if we're going to get anywhere near that, I'm going to be honest. As Carlos Sainz comes over the line, and where does he go? He goes 2nd, a 10th and a half off. What about Lewis? Can Lewis usurp Max Verstappen? He comes up to the line, and it's a 26.4. So he is behind his teammate Carlos Sainz in the end. So it will be Lewis using the alternate strategy in this race. But I don't know where Max Verstappen pulled that from on used soft tyres, but that was an incredible lap time, to say the least. So, well played, Max Verstappen. Good stuff.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. It was a pleasure to watch Red Bull's excellent performance during qualifying. Their drivers will now be looking ahead to the race itself and hoping to capitalize. There's been some light rainfall throughout the day, which means that teams will want to make good use of the intermediate tyre.
The Suzuka circuit is primed and ready to see Formula One's finest battle it out.
Right then, it could rain today. That is something that we didn't really think about in qualifying. Oh, it is raining. It's starting off on wet conditions and looks like it could be remaining that way for the whole race if we look at the track. So that is a little bit interesting. Let's add in a new strategy. Yeah, new strategy then. We might as well try and take this as long as we can. And it's whether we be... well, it's probably not worth being aggressive, is it? I think we are going to have a 2-stop either way. But, so, yeah, I suppose it's whether we can be a little bit more aggressive. Take those tyres a little bit longer. Yeah, let's go for that. So, we'll go for that for Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, shall we try and be a little bit more reserved and maybe cut out a pit stop? I don't know whether that'll work. But that is certainly possible. So he'll do it in 1:44.31. Lewis will do it in 1:44.05. So I think it's actually going to be a lot quicker to just come in for the extra pit stop, won't it? So yeah, let's try and not rig the system. But we know it's going to be incredibly difficult to overtake out there. We've had this before, but yeah, I didn't quite expect it to turn out this way, but hey, it is the way it is. We'll add a couple of laps of fuel into the car, and we'll be aggressive from the start and try to get ahead of Max Verstappen on this first lap. So here we go, let's get ourselves into it. It's time for the 2025 Japanese Grand Prix.
Smattering of rain, and the driver's now in position and waiting for the lights. Taking a look here at Carlos Sainz. After an impressive qualifying performance, they're starting today just behind pole. Looking down the grid, it's Hamilton. Starting in 3rd place, they're in a really good position for this race. Everything's been building to this. The drivers are warmed up, they're ready to go here at the Japanese Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
So lights out, away we go then. And it is Max Verstappen that got off to the better start, but Carlos Sainz off to the better second phase of the getaway, and he is ahead of Max Verstappen after turn 1, and that is a championship crucial for him. 7 points behind in the championship. He needs to now pull away from Max Verstappen and not get involved in any silly fights. Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, he's going to be trying to get past Max Verstappen and not have his race destroyed, being in the gearbox of the Red Bull this whole Grand Prix. That's the absolute opposite of what Lewis wants, especially because Verstappen is his big rival. This could be a moment for Lewis Hamilton, though. Is he going to have a little look down the inside? He is going to have a look down the inside. Very risky, but he is through. Lewis Hamilton is ahead of Max Verstappen and into 2nd position. That was an awesome move from Lewis. He needed to get it done, and boy, oh boy, did he just do that. That was awesome. And now Carlos Sainz pulling away at the front of this race. He'll be trying to keep a good distance ahead of Lewis Hamilton, but we're trying to get them both a good distance ahead of Max Verstappen in this race. We're being a little bit more aggressive, potentially stopping an extra time than the teams around us, and we're going to try and take these tyres to the limit. But it's Carlos Sainz that leads this Japanese Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is in P2, and here we go. Lewis Hamilton already on the back of Carlos Sainz. Is he going to have a little look here? He is closing up, but doesn't fancy it. So I think it's worth now just dropping it down to neutral. 1.7 ahead with Max Verstappen. And just building a nice lead to the cars behind. So let's zoom it forward a little bit. And see how we get on in this race. We're 2.5 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen now. We know we're going to be using our tyres a hell of a lot more than they are. So we're building that gap in this first stint. We are 11 laps away from coming into the pits with both drivers. Now, that's an interesting one in itself. I assume Carlos Sainz is going to still be in the lead by then, so he'll, of course, get first dibs of pit stops, and we'll probably bring Sainz in. He comes in first, and then he's got time to get past people if he needs to. But yeah, we're building a lovely lead to the guys behind. This is exactly what we needed to do, and we're being aggressive out there and trying to win this Grand Prix rather than defend it. We're racing to that checkered flag. 9 laps into this Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz still leading the way. Lewis Hamilton is there in second. Okay, Hamilton is getting close, but he's not getting close enough to take the lead. Yeah, building up that gap to nearly 10 seconds now. And Sergio Perez still right at the back. Have a brief yellow flag there. I suppose that's something that can throw this race into disrepute. Ocon now all the way at the back, and Stroll locks up as well. So we're going nearly a second a lap quicker than Verstappen at the moment. But we're now dropping under 50%, and Lewis Hamilton using his tyres a little bit more than his teammate Carlos Sainz, which is very interesting.
I think someone's run wide.
So here we go, Lewis Hamilton now and Carlos Sainz both into the pit window. I think Carlos can afford to be a little bit more aggressive here. And on his
Come on, mate. Copy.
On his pit-in lap, we'll give him his deployment. And wow, Ricciardo's managed to get past Max Verstappen. That looks like quite the battle there. Let's have a little look at them. Well, they were side by side for a little bit. Max Verstappen now officially 10 seconds behind this battle here. Yep, so Sainz is going to get to use his deployment now. Push for the next lap in a bit. He'll come into the pits. Fastest lap of the race. We'll also say that to Lewis, but we'll delay his pit stop by a lap. Of course, Carlos Sainz coming in this lap, but we're trying to get him in front.
Okay, that was a purple lap. I'll let you
Of
know
Max
if the situation
Verstappen if we
changes.
can. Here we go then. Carlos
Back it
Sainz
out,
comes
back
into
it
the
out.
pits. Lewis Hamilton is going to continue on. And now he can attack as much as he wants.
Roger that.
We'll see where Lewis comes back out. So Sainz in first will, of course, have a little bit of an undercut, on Lewis Hamilton. So is he going to come out in front of Leclerc? I think he is, so that's going to work out pretty good for Carlos Sainz. Oh, is it? Oh! Well, he was off the track there. I don't quite know what happened. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton desperately trying to make amends in this Grand Prix, trying to come out ahead of Carlos Sainz. Sainz might struggle to get past these guys, and Hamilton, I just don't know whether Hamilton is actually lapping quicker than Leclerc. He is a little bit. So whether Lewis needs another lap. He might do. Let's give him another lap. I know that his tyres are running out here, but we do not want Lewis in that traffic. So Sainz has done a 41.4. What did Lewis do in the middle sector? 40.6. So yeah, Lewis is miles quicker being out there. So even though his tyres are dropping off, we'll give him another lap here. Meanwhile, Carlos will get him to harvest his energy.
Okay, recharge on.
Yeah.
There's Hamilton. Yellow in that first sector. Yeah, if Lewis can come out ahead of Charles Leclerc, that might be enough to win him this Grand Prix. And Sainz needed to come out ahead of Leclerc. Just a couple of tenths of a second off doing that. Gonna drop that back down to aggressive. Now harvest.
Just charge the pack.
So Hamilton coming around 130R now. And yet I think he was still about 4 tenths quicker in that middle sector than Sainz was on the previous lap. So here we come then, Lewis Hamilton into the pit lane. And where's he going to come back out? There's a win, 2.6. Sainz coming around the final corner now. Still pushing hard. As Hamilton is leaving the pit lane. It's going to be very close. But Hamilton does come out just behind Leclerc, but he's ahead of Carlos Sainz. And look at that, it's safety car. Safety car is out there. Well, 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 and this is very big. And I think it was Gasly. And there's the top two there. Oh, and it was Ricciardo. Oh, no, that's huge. And both Alfa Romeos are out, I think. Wow. Well, somehow Giovinazzi and Gasly are still out there. But Daniel Ricciardo, who was very much in with a chance of winning this Grand Prix, is out. Wow, wow, wow. Right then. So everybody into the pits, and there you go, Hamilton now leading this Grand Prix. Now it's all shook out. And Yeah, and Carlos Sainz will be under pressure now. Yeah, can we charge that pack enough?
So safety car is in this lap.
Doesn't look like it.
And we'll push.
So we're going to be pushing
We do
it from
not
the start
go
here.
ahead if you looked off.
Yeah.
So no need to charge the pack.
Safety car is approaching the pit lane entry. Okay, pit lane.
Copy.
So here we go then. Lewis Hamilton continues in this Grand Prix, and he leads the Japanese GP with Carlos Sainz there in second. We've got Verstappen and Russell following closely behind as well. We need them to pull away. But we know that Lewis Hamilton and Sainz had, you know, half a second a lap on Verstappen before. That's what we're banking on again. Right, so here we go then. Carlos Sainz already having a little look at Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to go into 130R ahead? No, he's not. Still behind, and, well, they're going to push each other all the way here. Fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton. I don't think Sainz is going to have much of a chance to get past him, so we'll zoom it forward. Next pit stop is in... well, 8 laps time. Oh, Sainz, what's happened? Sainz has spun, and he is going to drop all the way to the back. Well, well, well. That
We can take a look now.
is not
Let's have a
what
look.
Sainz
This
needed.
was the Aston Martin.
He just got on the power too early.
Look at that. They've spun their
But the
car.
problem is, because the field was so close, he had to wait for everybody to get back down, get past. And that could cost Carlos Sainz this championship. Right, we're going to have to change it up here.
Everything you've got.
Copy.
Sainz is going to have to push his heart out. And basically, I think it's going to have to come in reasonably soon and then look after his tyres till the end. But somebody's locked up, I don't know who. The yellow flags, it's Kevin Magnussen. Where is he? There he is, he's in the wall.
Got a pass.
Now is that...
Oh, and that's a crash.
Is that him
Here's
out?
The replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine.
Probably
wide
won't
like
be
that.
out. That was, yeah, pretty close. Sainz still pushing hard out there. Oh, well, can you believe it? Can you believe it? So Carlos Sainz absolutely flooring it out there. Trying to catch Ocon by the looks of it. Lewis Hamilton, 2.6 seconds out in front. Yeah, this is what Sainz didn't want. We'll give him a lap to see if he can get past, but I think he is going to just have to come in and then look after himself for the rest of the race. because he's not going to get past these guys and they're just going to slow him down. Whereas if he comes in, puts on a new set, and then goes to the end of the Grand Prix, he should be a lot quicker than these guys in this train. And then we'll be able to undercut them when they come in for their second pit stops. If they come in for their second pit stops. So here he comes then, Carlos Sainz.
Okay, can't do that.
Oh, he'll be devastated. He was crashed into in Italy by Max Verstappen. But that
So just cool tyres down.
was a spin of his own accord. So we're in 2.4. Very, very quick pit stop. And he's going to have his own part of the track. We've got yellow flags. Somebody's ran wide. I'm not sure who. Must have only been briefly. It was Russell. So Sainz now out there till the end of the Grand Prix on these tyres. Lewis Hamilton will be coming in about 7 laps time. So let's zoom it forward. Let's see last lap time. So Sainz, Lewis at 1:34.1, Sainz at 1:34.6. So Sainz still a lot slower than Lewis. Oh, somebody's crashed.
Yep. Yellow flag ahead. Yellow flags ahead.
Now, are we going to have a safety car?
Let's take a
Stroll,
closer
is
look.
Stroll out?
Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved.
I think again it's going to be a lock-up. Yeah,
Definite collision
yeah,
there.
same as
That's very
Magnussen
unfortunate.
really. They were still pushing hard out there, doing a great job. We've just entered the pit window now. Those can take them a little bit further. Yeah, looking at other people's tyres, I think they're going to take those to the end of the race. So realistically, Lewis would come out ahead of Latifi if he were to come in now. But yeah, either way, these tyres are not going to last, so I think we need to now attack the tyres. And go as far as we can with them. I think the safety cars kind of messed all of this up because we would have had a much bigger gap to Max Verstappen had the safety car not been out before.
Last lap was a purple lap.
Sainz starting to put purple laps in.
So box the end of this lap.
So this lap. Tires are getting hot.
Yeah, copy Lewis.
Okay, tyres not doing great. Lewis lapping very, very well. So here he comes into the pit lane. And 15 laps to go. Should come out ahead of Latifi, as I said. So he's going to get at least one World Championship point today. Now, will those tyres last? They should last till the end, attacking this hard.
Update on liftoff. We do require fuel liftoff.
So on brand new tyres, how much quicker is Lewis Hamilton than those guys? Decent amount.
I think there's been a lock-up.
Well, it's not quite the fastest lap of the race. I'm surprised, I must admit. Right, let's keep going. Yellow flag.
Sounds like someone's
There's
blocked up.
Latifi again. Yeah, let's try and overtake Albon here. Here we go, a little bit of ERS. Yeah, perfect. That's beautiful. Well played, Lewis. That was good.
This garage has just gone mental.
Now let's
Looks like
zoom
Aston
it through.
Martin have just gained a race position.
Overtake press. Overtake press.
So here we go again. Another chance on Mick Schumacher this time. And that's nicely through.
Aston Martin with a great play there.
And now
They've
Lewis
moved up a
Hamilton
place.
comes round. Try and build up a little bit of ERS deployment over the next lap.
Overtake is
And
available.
now, let's see if he can get past Antonio Giovinazzi.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
Yep, goes down the inside of 130R.
So just charge that pack.
Now into the chicane, should be ahead. Nope, didn't manage it. Damn it. Drop him down to aggressive. Yeah, signs, by the way, catching the back of the previous pack.
So stop and charge.
Yeah, Lewis way too far off the lead. It's not going to work out for him. What we should have done when Sainz was no longer up there supporting Lewis, we should have probably just
And if we could have an overtake
left
press.
it at that. But here we go then. Lewis Hamilton using a little bit of overtake. Let's see what he can do over the lap. Oh, he goes down the inside of Giovinazzi. That's a great move if he can pull it off. And he has done. That was awesome.
Such an awesome job, mate.
See if we can
Just charge
harvest
the
in
pack.
the first part of this lap. We can probably get up to and past Norris, but after that I don't think there's going to be anything more for him. We were basically expecting people to come into the pit lane. The tyres are pretty shot, but not shot enough yet. I mean, maybe in 4 or 5 laps they will be. Right, now neutral.
Start the charge.
Right, Leclerc. Gonna try and overtake him here. Somebody locked up. Here goes Lewis Hamilton round the outside
To have been a lockup.
of 130R, and he is through. Let's see if he locks up again. And this time Hamilton gets past once again. Very, very good. And now into harvest mode.
Nice work, Lewis.
And some people are in the pit lane, actually. Norris and Albon in. Lewis up to 5th place. So some people are coming into the pits. Where's Sainz going to come out? I think he is past Norris. There you go. So this race ain't over yet. I thought it was going to be, but it's not yet. Right then. Oh, somebody has crashed. I don't know who that was. Is that? It is a safety car. It is a safety car now then.
Safety car, safety car.
Surely everybody is going to be coming in.
Taking.
We've just had a crash on the track.
Now, 9 seconds is the gap from Lewis to the leader. Is Verstappen going to come out ahead or behind Lewis Hamilton? Now, Sainz is 26 seconds behind Verstappen. I don't know where Sainz is going to come out in all of this. Yep, they're all in. They're all in. So the top 4 cars are into the pit lane. Lewis Hamilton coming round now. Max Verstappen is into his pit box. Tyres change. Lewis Hamilton is coming round the start-finish line, and Lewis Hamilton is back into the lead of this race. Unbelievable. Verstappen there in 2nd, Russell 3rd, Bottas 4th, Sainz, where is he? He's coming round now. How far is he going to get up? I mean, is he going to get past the 2nd Mercedes? Is he going to get all the way up to 5th? Not quite. But of course, we are on old intermediate tyres. Everybody else is on brand new, fresh intermediate tyres. This has a hint of Abu Dhabi 2021 about it. This is going to be insane. It really is. Right. Let's zoom it through. So we've got Hamilton leading the race. Carlos Sainz in 7th. Right at the end of this race. Don't think the safety car's in this lap. It's going to be at least another lap. It was Giovinazzi that is out. So both Alfa Romeos out of this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton just ahead of Verstappen. Is the safety car going to be in this lap? Yes, right.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap.
Okay, so I think Lewis Hamilton has to absolutely go for it. I don't think there's any two ways about it. He has to push as hard as he can over the next lap or so. Carlos Sainz is going to have to do the same. He's got a full charge of ERS.
You've got the margin to push.
So Sainz at the very least should get past Tsunoda. Tsunoda is on old intermediate tyres. But Sainz is on the next oldest. This is going to be interesting. Right then, here we go then. Lewis Hamilton leads this Japanese Grand Prix. We've got 4 laps to go here. Who is going to come out on top? Because Hamilton is on old intermediate tyres. Verstappen has just put on a brand new set. You would imagine he is going to be quicker than Lewis, but Lewis is going to be pushing harder, certainly towards the start here, to try and get away.
Yeah, copy. Temps are climbing. Temps are now climbing.
Now then, Sainz still following Tsunoda. He is going to try and get past him,
So focus on just bringing your tyre temperatures back under control.
but he can't manage it, and Lewis Hamilton not managing to really pull away from Max Verstappen here. This is going to be interesting.
Okay, well done.
But now, all of a sudden, Hamilton did pull away from Verstappen there, and Sainz now into the top
Looks like
6.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Hamilton 7 points ahead in this Drivers' Championship. If he wins today, he's guaranteed to increase that to at least 14 points. Carlos Sainz currently holding the fastest lap of the race. That won't last long. And now Lewis will drop back down to neutral. He's got a second on Verstappen.
3 laps remaining.
And there's 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We might as well save the rest of that ERS for the final lap of the race. Sainz still following Pierre Gasly, but he'll struggle to get into a position to overtake him, if we're being honest. Might be able to do what Lewis was doing before and what we were working with Lewis on, and just using the overtake button in particular parts of the track. Remember, Gasly on fresher tyres is probably going to be in the quicker car at this point of the race. Right, let's pop it into overtake mode.
Overtake is available. Overtake
And
available.
see if Sainz can get anywhere near. He might be able to as he flies round Spoon Curve. This might be a chance for him. He is right up behind Gasly, but not quite close enough. Just doesn't have the extra grip that Hamilton was enjoying before, and yeah, I think Sainz is going to be consigned to 6th position in this race, which is only 8 points. 17 points he'll lose out on to Lewis Hamilton, which should increase his lead to 24 in the championship. Lewis Hamilton leads. Max Verstappen is in 2nd, and look how close he is now. 2 laps to go in this race. And although Hamilton leads, Max Verstappen is right behind, ready to pounce. I think Hamilton needs to increase his aggression to the full. His tyres will last. Sainz's won't. And you can see Sainz dropping off the back of Pierre Gasly now. Max Verstappen right behind Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be another race that goes down to the final corner, you would think. So Lewis Hamilton leads into Spoon Curve for the penultimate time in this race. 2.5 tenths ahead of Max Verstappen as they go up the hill towards 130R. Verstappen closing and closing and closing, but not quite close enough just yet. And now into the final chicane. Max Verstappen virtually pushing Lewis Hamilton across the finish line for the penultimate time. We're on to the final lap of this Grand Prix. Who is going to win it? Is it going to be Lewis Hamilton? Is it going to be Max Verstappen? Let's find out. And we'll deploy ERS in the first half of this lap. Sainz has definitely dropped off now. There's no real chance for Carlos Sainz, so let's just look after the car. Let's just make sure that it gets home. He will finish ahead of Yuki Tsunoda.
Back it out.
Lewis Hamilton, meanwhile, still in an almighty battle with Max Verstappen. And he'll be trying to defend all the way. George Russell's not out of this either. Valtteri Bottas in 4th, unbelievably, for McLaren. Gasly in P5. Sainz, as I say, has dropped off the back of this group. There could be some late drama. Lewis has all of a sudden found something in this middle sector. And as they head up the hill towards 130R for the final time in this Grand Prix, somebody has spun. And it's Pierre Gasly. It's Pierre Gasly who's spun.
We've had a big crash.
They crashed out!
And it was a crash. And I think that's going to pretty much end it, because Lewis Hamilton comes round the final corner. And Lewis Hamilton is going to win here in Japan. An unbelievable result for him. And he gets 25 points. Brilliant. Max Verstappen finishes 2nd, Russell 3rd, Bottas 4th, and Carlos Sainz will be relieved to get 11 points out of this Grand Prix after that spin took him to the back much earlier on. Gasly finishes 6th with Tsunoda, brilliant 7th, Leclerc 8th, Schumacher 9th, and Lando Norris rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, we'll take it, mate.
This is a result truly worthy of a champion for Lewis Hamilton. A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it. The highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium. You've got to say it was a solid drive from all 3 of them up there. A fantastic showcase for Formula One. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
Absolutely. Whatever they're doing over at the team garage, I should think they're going to keep on doing it.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in 1st place in the constructor standings.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.
Oh, very good. I mean, what a Grand Prix that was. Lewis Hamilton now takes a 21-point lead in the Drivers' Championship over his teammate Carlos Sainz. Max Verstappen, of course, a very distant 3rd. Very good to see Yuki Tsunoda doing well, though. He's now ahead of Alex Albon, and the only pointless driver in the championship is Nicholas Latifi. Into the Constructors, we are pretty much guaranteed it now, 228 points ahead of Red Bull. Mercedes now in 3rd, Ferrari in 4th there, Alpine in 5th, Alfa Romeo comfortable 6th ahead of McLaren, who are more comfortable than they were ahead of Haas in 8th, and then AlphaTauri and Williams rounding out the top 10. Williams aren't out of it though. They could finish 9th in this year's Constructors, which would be pretty awesome for them. Nothing for any of our drivers in terms of dev points, but 3.8 million in the bank in terms of profit. Right, wind tunnel has been upgraded, which is lovely to see, and of course we will be back next time for the Circuit of the Americas. We've got 4 races to go this season, and well, it's looking like Lewis Hamilton is pulling away now. You can see that quality and that consistency of Lewis Hamilton coming through in the end. His 8th victory of the season takes him to within touch and distance of that record-breaking 8th title. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.